Hey guys, what's up? It's your boy Damian Wolf. I'm back again, this time with a game review. This video that I'm going to be doing is a kind of like a walkthrough, a little bit of a walkthrough on the website of this new game we're playing. And I'll also try to put in some gameplay footage as well. And hopefully, guys, you'll be able to check it out. The game that we're going to be reviewing right now is called King of Duels. And you can see it's got a very cool icon up on the upper right corner, and we are on the website right now. One thing that I gotta say though, while we start with the website, the site and actually the main developer, the main creator, is Spanish. So the main website might actually be a little bit maybe you're gonna be lost in translation, but not to worry. If you click on the white paper, which we're gonna be doing right now, we're gonna check a few things out before we do go along with the gameplay. But again, before I do check the white paper, one thing that I gotta note, guys, you know, I'm a very big TCG fan, and one of the games that I've been playing, of course, some people who have known me back way back when, is that I used to play Magic the Gathering. Now, if you click on, actually, if you check on Magic the Gathering, in the early stages of Magic the Gathering, we'll see that actually, you know, the cards look, well, they look a little bit wonky. All right, so of course, there's a lot of great art as well, but the format of the cards themselves, you know, since it's just starting out, it might seem a little bit weird to some people, especially on the alpha beta stage. And then as it goes along, as it moves along with the expansions, then the art starts getting better and better, and finally you're at its current iteration. Now it's the same thing with Yu-Gi-Oh. If you look at Yu-Gi-Oh cards, the very first Yu-Gi-Oh cards. I mean, look at this, the Mystic Tomato. You know, you've got a lot of cards which are wonky looking, right? Because again, it is at the start of the I guess the game's life. And honestly, guys, if you also take a look at Splinterlands, which is the game that we are most known for, the game actually started not as Splinterlands but Steam Monsters. And if you look at Steam Monsters, because you know, this is because it was part of Steam, right? You can see that the artwork has also improved, but at the start of the game, you know, things have not been things are not as smooth as they look right now. Okay, I'm not even just talking about the art, I'm talking about the frames and then everything else. Now that is the disclaimer that I want to bring up, because once we look at King of Duels, you might notice a little bit of the artwork or the cards themselves. They might look a little bit wonky, might be something you know, that you're not. Some of them are even pixelated. But the thing is, guys, what is important actually here is the gameplay and the mechanics. And a good game, even though it starts out, you know, very basic, might turn into something great, especially if the game is very enjoyable. And that's what I think is with King of Duels. But don't worry, guys. I'm gonna show you the game itself. I'm gonna let you be the judge of that. But of course, before we continue, guys, this is a play to earn game. Of course, I gotta remind you to do your own research. Everything on the blockchain is a risk. So if you choose to invest on play to earn games, you are risking your own finances. Make sure that you are only invest what you can afford to lose. All right, let's get started. Let's look at the white paper very quickly. So here we go. A little bit of background of King of Duels. It's a free-to-play digital TCG game focusing on creature spells and other means to reduce your opponent's total life to zero. So both you and your opponent start with your lives as zero. The main inspiration of King of Duels actually is heavily inspired by Yu-Gi-Oh, with just a few components from Magic the Gathering and some other TCGs, but Yu-Gi-Oh is like the forefront inspiration of King of Duels, which means that you Yu-Gi-Oh players, you guys may feel right at home playing King of Duels. All right, so there's a lot more information here about where you can look at the official site, the Discord, and the PeakD. I can actually put it on the description of this video, so you can check that out. Now, the main developer's name is actually named Jose Juarez. He's known as Lavino. Very cool guy. I've talked to him as well. You know, he's very generous. He's very supportive of people who like to continue with the game. And definitely you can also reach out to him on their Discord. He is a web developer with 4 years of experience, currently a student at the UBA in the Faculty of Economics. He's a system engineer, completed his education with advanced web development and blockchain in development courses. Now, he says here that he's again why the King of Duels. He's heavily inspired by card games such as Magic the Gathering and Yu-Gi-Oh, and there are some TCG. There are some card games in already in the blockchain and the crypto space. Hint, hint, Splinterlands. But but not with the same mechanics that he grew up with. So he wanted to kind of capture the Yu-Gi-Oh slash MTG experience with King of Jewels, and hopefully it's something that can also be an earning experience for people who'd like to play the game. Alright, so KOD combines the blockchain and the long-term economy with the best of TCG games in a very fun game which seeks to reward both skill and investment of its players. Okay, quick look at the gameplay with the white paper. So there are keywords here that you're going to be looking at the cards. One thing about King of Duels, just like Magic the Gathering, guys, you just have to read the cards and you'll be able to know what it does, right? But there are some terminology that you kind of need to be aware of. For example, deploy. This is where when you say deploy, this is when you place a creature from your hand either face up or face down, hidden. This is like the summon for Magic the Gathering. Promote, when you deploy a hero or champion by replacing one or more friendly deployed cards on the board that satisfy its deploy cost. So I think this would be a substitute for sacrifice. So I have a card actually in my deck where you're supposed to promote a hero by sacrificing your particular card. So promote, kind of like sacrifice. Fortified is when you deploy your creature, but it is placed sideways, and it is it's face down, so your opponent doesn't know what it is, right? So fortified cards prevent the defending player from being damaged when attacked. Reinforced, it deploys a special mode card in addition to your normal deployment. Hidden, when deploying a card, you may hide it by placing it face down on the board. Prepare, place an ambush or rune from your hand, face down on the board. Ambush is KOD's version of trap card for Yu-Gi-Oh. Insert, activate trap card. Okay, passive, an effect on a deployed card that is automatically activated by a specific gameplay situation. React is when you activate an ambush card in response to a specific gameplay situation. And of course, an ability is an effect on a deployed card that can be manually activated during your turn. Now, this is the these are, I guess, the placements on the game board. All right, so we'll also take a look at this later on my gameplay footage. But some things that you can look at when you click on a particular card, because of course it's too small. I mean, when in real life you can actually take the card and read it yourself. But here, when you click on a card, all the information will appear here on the left side, so you can read it. It will also be automatically translated if the text on the card is in Spanish. This is where your life points are on the lower left side corner. Now, number 3, special cards that do not go in the deck, which can be deployed with rune type cards. So some of those cards appear in this section. On number 4 is where your deck is at, this little other whirlpool. Number 5 is where you put your runes or the ambush type cards. So these 3 slots is where you place them in. And if you already have them, filled up, then you have to use up one of them so that you can again play or deploy a rune or ambush card. Number 6 is where the champions are deployed, or the creatures. So there's 3 slots for you to deploy creatures or champions. Well, they call creatures champions. There you go. Number 7 is your graveyard. Anything that's discarded or I guess dead on the battlefield is placed here. Number 8, face of the game here, and emojis on the upper right corner. I haven't tried the emojis. 9 is your rivals field, so you can Obviously, this is where your opponent's cards are and his own set of other placements on the board. And number 10 is your opponent's hit points up on the on the upper left side. All right, let's look at a quick look at the card types. We got champions. These are the cards that have power, resistance, statistics, and attack or defend themselves. They're divided into two categories, which are heroes and creatures. Heroes are cards with abilities, and creatures are cards without abilities. So champions are creatures and heroes. All right. So some creatures and heroes can be summoned by special means, like for example sacrificing, or I guess you can either discard certain cards, or there might be some cards in the graveyard that you'll have to burn or sacrifice in order for them to be summoned. Paladins are not yet in the game. That's something that's going to be added on. Ambush cards again are your trap cards. They must be prepared. They cannot ambush cards. You cannot just cast them. It has to be prepared face down because they're usually triggered by certain circumstances. For example, the very basic one is there is a destroy attacking creature ambush card. So definitely you can only use them when the opponent is attacking. So that means it can't just be played, can't be cast at a whim. It has to be prepared and then activated when the circumstance happens. Runes can be played directly from your hand, but they don't react to situations. You cannot use them instantly. For example, there are runes which give they look like equipment, and then they give a power boost to your champion. So those are some examples of runes. They've got a lot of effects. Okay, let's take a look take a bit on mechanics. Alright, so here is the turn order. We got draw, start of turn, primary actions, combat loop, secondary actions, and then the end of turn. I'm not going to read up on all of this because we're going to take a look at the game again later. But you can also read it on the white paper. Alright, but definitely one thing that you need to know is that at the start of the turn, you're supposed to draw, unless there is an effect that tells you not to. Again, at the start of the turn, any passives will be done. Primary actions is when you play or deploy cards from your hand, whether you're going to use a rune or you can deploy a creature or a hero. The combat loop is your attack turn. So you can attack each of your creatures can attack once each turn, unless there are abilities. Some creatures have abilities to actually attack twice, so that can happen. If your opponent does not have any defending creatures on his side of the board, then you can attack the opponent directly. There is secondary actions. You can play, deploy, prepare cards from your hand, or activate at the on the board. And the end of the turn resolves any passives or reacts that specify end of turn. You'll have to manually click that on the right side to say that you're ending your turn. Alright, when you deploy your creature cards, you can deploy it face up on the vertical attack position, or you can place them face down on a horizontal fortified position. Now the creatures, they have a power and they have resistance, and if the creature is face up, then the power is at play. They will attack using their attack power. If the creature is face down, they cannot damage the opponent, but they will use their resistance in order to defend any attack coming from your opponent. Okay, so here it is. Actually, that's what I explained. Rank play, here we go. For rank play, for PvP players who begin their journey in the Bronze League, and there's 5 leagues overall. There's Bronze, Silver, Gold, Emerald, and Diamond. And then you have to go through 5 tiers in order to move up the rank. For example, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1 for Bronze, and then you'll move up to Silver. The goal is to create a rating system that spreads players out across a competitive structure. Okay, no problem. You don't have to read all of that. After Diamond 1, points will begin to accumulate. The players with the most points will be the King of Duels in the current season, and there will only be 1 per season. So you're fighting to be the King of Duels. Weekly rewards, yes, actually players will have a daily mission that they have to complete. The daily mission consists of winning 4 games and able to get the chests on Sunday depending on your rank. Now the daily mission will surely be temporary, then it will be done by weekly victories, so each player distributes their time better. This measurement of the 4 daily victories is taken to guarantee that there are games available every day. Alright, so there are some rewards that you'll be getting per league. So basically, it means the higher rank you'll get, the better chests and greater quantity. There you go. What are the seasons? Every month, a new season of ranked play will begin, and players will drop 3 tiers based on their final rank at the end of the previous season. This differs, I guess. With Splinterlands, we drop 1 entire league. So for KOD, you drop 3, I guess. 3 tiers. Oh, but not a league. Only by tier. For example, if you're in Bronze 1, you drop down to Bronze 4. Okay. Not bad. Now, I'm not going to talk about the tokenomics, the KOD distribution. You can go ahead and take a look at the white paper. I will leave a link as well on the description as video so that you can check on the current token distribution and everything on the play to earn side. Alright, let's take a look at some collaborations. Hive. Oh yes, KOD is in the Hive platform. Alright, and let's take a look at the roadmap. So first of all, there's clans building, we got survival mode, and then the first expansion. Okay, so very early, KOD is very early at, I said it's very early stage. So that's why I told you earlier that the cards may look a little bit probably as basic, but there are some cool art as well. But compared to other TCGs, it is a little basic. Okay, so we're done with the white paper. Let's get back to the game. Now, this is the main screen, and actually in order to activate it, you have to be a Hive user. So to start, you're gonna put in your Hive username, and then you need to sign in with your Hive, and it should be good to go. You can also set a password once you're inside, and that will enable you to access the game anywhere if you don't have your Hive keychain on another gadget. Alright, so we're just waiting for it to log in. Alright, so this is the main page. So on the right corner, you'll see your avatar. This is just a basic avatar for now. Obviously, you can see your stats. Guys, I am very new to the game, and my cards are not yet updated. So as you can see, I already have 4 wins and 15 defeats. Looking forward to more defeats so we can learn the game. This is on the upper left corner, the tabs that you'll see there. Inicio is the home deck. Deck is where you actually look at your card, your current deck of cards. Now your cards, for a deck, you actually should have a minimum of 20 and a maximum of 30. You can be any combination of champions and ambush cards. Normally people tend to go a little bit creature heavy. So we can go 16 creatures and 14 runes or ambushes or whatever. But it's up to you how you create your deck and how you balance it out yourself. Now, you can put 3 copies of any card on your deck. I know Magic has 4, but here in KOD, you can put 3 copies. There you go. Alright, let's take a look at the other tabs. If you go to Market, this is where you buy your pack. So currently there's Dream Devourers pack and the Samurai deck pack. Now they everybody, including Lavino, is actually strongly suggesting that before you buy any pack, you buy this initial pack first. Initial pack 1, initial pack 2. They don't contain NFTs, okay, but they are 20 cards that you can use for dueling. And also, it will provide you 200 DP or dueling points. DP is like your it's like your power collection rating. In Splinterlands, we have a power collection rating which determines what league we are in. So DP is the dueling point. It's like the same version. It's like their version of the power collection. All right. So the cards that you're gonna get here are not NFTs. You cannot sell them in the market, but you can use them, of course. And the difference is that you get, if you buy this pack, you get 200 DP right away. Now, after you've done that, you can actually buy these packs. You can buy the Samurai deck packs or the Dream Devourer pack. Now, one pack contains 3 cards, and it costs 100 KOD each for either the Samurai pack or the Dream Devourer pack. I'm not sure what these are. TH Gaming, Hash Kings. I think it's for another game. We can buy emojis, tickets, and avatars that you can use as well. All right, that is the marketplace, and you can look here that you can buy packs. And when you click on inventory, these are your current cards. So there is common, there's rare, there's super rare, and ultra rare. So as you can see on my deck, on my inventory, I think I only have 1 ultra rare. Where is it? I see it here. Here you go. Here's my ultra rare card. Samurai Legendario Tadakatsu. So he's very strong. His power is 2,600. Resistance is 1,400. If you control 2 or more visible legendary samurai champions on the board, you can reinforce your board with this card from your hand. It means that, remember that I told you that you can only deploy 1 samurai per turn. Sorry, 1 creature per turn. But when you have special instructions like this, it's called a special summon. You can reinforce. When you say reinforce, you can summon this, and it's not going to be, it's not going to use up your 1 summon, 1 cast or 1 deploy per turn, because you used up a special way to summon it. Okay, so that's it. Inventory, that's where you have your deck. Object is in case you have any packs you're going to open. And there's also supposedly a rental market here. I haven't really checked it out, but yes, there's supposed to be a rental market. And this is the way that you can filter them. Alright, let's look at the other tabs. We got ranking. This is where you check who the king of the duels is. And currently the number 1 player is this guy, BDM Karm. He's at gold 4 with 149 points. There's clans, again, coming soon. There's crafting. Whenever you buy your initial pack, remember you have an initial pack, and they are not NFTs, but in case you want to turn them into NFTs, you can actually craft them. Alright, so there's special criteria and special items that you have to use in order to craft them, and then you can stake here. I haven't really checked this out, but you can check it out yourself. You can deposit KOD, and I think you get some interest coming back to you. Okay, anyway, I'll check this out probably on a further video, but let's focus on the game. Alright, let's get started. So, in order to play the game, you need to click on this search game. Alright, and I'll show you some gameplay footage. Alright, so here we are with a sample game, and let's just take a look at the board a little bit. On the right corner, that little whirlpool is our decks, and we've got our opening hand right now. You can see that we've got 3 creatures and 2 rooms, or 3 champions. Our opponent has around the same, but he will start first, so he'll be drawing a card. You can see that there, above my hand, there's these 3 shapes, and that's where you actually place your rune cards. Above that, there's 3 more shapes where you can place your champions or your heroes. And then on either side, you can see there's those black portals. They're like your graveyard. Well, me and Magic the Gathering players, we call them the graveyard, or your discarded or dead cards. Alright, so I'm up against Bitandi. This is actually an actual rank game. I'm gonna play it. Let's see what happens. You can see our lives in the upper left corner for Bitandi and the lower left corner for me. So it is his turn right now. Now he can choose to put down 1 champion and as many rune cards as he wishes. I can do the same, but Okay, for him, he actually put down a rune card, and then he put in a champion at the fortified, hidden fortified position, which means that you know, if you look at the creature, look at our creatures, there is a power and resistance. That means if he puts it on that direction, it will be his resistance, which will be up in front, and will be used to block any attackers that we have. He also his rune is in an ambush position. We don't know what it is. It can be a trap card, or it can be a piece of equipment that will help him out. But that is part of the game. It's like bluffing, or you know, just hiding whatever technique that you have. All right, it's still his turn. Let's see. Maybe he's still gonna put down more rune cards. He definitely could not put down any more creatures unless there's like a special type of summon, and you just need to read the cards in order to be able to get it. All right, finally it's our turn. We draw a card. Now we got a really good card here. This is a good ambush card. We can use it when our opponent attacks. It actually destroys one of his attacking monsters. So we'll put that in on a hidden position. And we can put another one, which will also be a trap card. We can put down a hero, but as you can see, this hero has a special summon. If our opponent already has a champion in play, we can deploy him, you know, and that doesn't count for our one champion in each round. So we can, because of that, we are allowed to deploy another champion. I have a good rune card here, which is like an equipment. I can attach it to that monster, and then I can use to attack his hidden monster. Let's try to draw out what his ambush card is, if it's really an ambush card. Let's see what happens. Oh, no blocks, no ambush, which means it's not an ambush card. It must be something else. So we're free to attack, and because of he doesn't have any monster left, it goes directly to his life. We're actually in a pretty good position here. We got two creatures, or two champions already in play. We got 3 rune cards, 2 in the ambush position. It's a trap card. Those are 2 trap cards, and we got an equipment which buffs one of our monsters. So he has to deal with 2 monsters here. Now let's see what his play is. Of course, he can put down a champion, or maybe he has a special summon to summon that another champion, or he can put down any other rune cards, any number of rune cards that he wishes. So let's see his move. Okay, finally it's our turn. We draw a card. We don't have any space to put down any of the rune cards we have. We do have 1 creature. We can either deploy this on the upright position, or better, we can put it actually fortified because it has a very big butt. Resistance is 2000. Let's go for battle, and let's have our 2 monsters attack. We know that that's not a trap card, so we're free to attack, and that damages him. He's down to 2,600 points. I end my turn, and let's see what he's gonna. He has to come up with something here. I have a pretty good in the full board. I have 2 champions in the upright position on attacking. I have 1 blocker with 2000 resistance. I have 2 trap cards and 1 equipment, which is buffing one of the monsters. It's a very full deck. I'm in pretty good position. Let's see what he does next. Alright, our turn again. We draw a card, and he didn't do anything. So we are home free to attack, and we will do just that. Battle phase, we'll have our 2 monsters attack him directly, and this should be over, and we have won. And there you have it, guys. That is King of Duels. So I hope you are going to be checking out this game. I'm going to be leaving some links on the description to the Discord. We got some cool players playing this already, like Johnny Depp and some of our, our fellow Splinterlands players. They're also playing this game. So I hope to see you here on the battlefield for King of Duels. Again, this is your boy Damien Wolf signing off. Thank you, guys.